would they?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday FUNDAY podcast, the official podcast for Wild Wild West Fantasy Baseball. I'm your host today, Alien Arms, Chilla Pet, Cuneiforms, Milkman, creator of the Gallon Challenge, joined alongside Mr. Austin Harley Luz, as well as Mr. Nicholas Nonos, a couple members of the Bubble Gut Blender Boys. How are we doing, Nick and Harley?
Doing fantastic.
Awesome, sounds good. Great to have you guys here. So we're going to go ahead and get things started here. Super exciting episode number 3 of our standing series, where we go from worst to first to discuss the offseason and life outside the lines, leading up to our draft less than 30 days from today. Well, I guess a little bit over, but who cares? Super excited about that. Plus or minus 30. Today's episode of the standing series is brought to you by Purina One Cat Food. Your pet, our passion. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce our Director of Sales on the Bubble Gut Blender Boys, Cat Daddy, Mr. Christian Fraud Johnson. Chuck, if that even is your real name, how are we doing today?
Today, it's been an eventful day today, but it's been a good one, I think, a productive one.
Awesome. Good to hear. So, we'll start things out how we usually do. Tell us how life's going for you outside of fantasy baseball.
Outside of fantasy, it's going okay. It was a rough NFL season for me with Burrow getting hurt. So that was tough. I haven't slept past 7 a.m. in about 4 months because of my cat, Joe. So that also sucks. But fantasy baseball is coming up, so that's very exciting. I cannot wait for that.
Right there with you, man. Literally scratching and clawing at your door right now, trying to get into that draft. So I believe we'll go ahead and pass this off to Austin here. Austin?
All right, Mr. Chuck Johnson. I got a question for you, sir. All right. The other questions later on in this episode are more specifically about you. But this one's a little bit more about, your favorite person in the league, Chris Carlin.
Everyone's favorite person, I think.
Yeah, exactly. My question to you, Chuck, is do you think yesterday's fuck-up/breakdown with Chris was just karma from last year when he exposed your draft pick strategy?
One could frame it that way. It certainly looks like it, but if I had to say in it and how it went down, it wouldn't have gone down like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess one could say that.
How would it gone down for you?
He would have left the league because he wouldn't have gotten those picks back.
He didn't even get his picks back. He got back some different picks.
Or whatever we came to. I don't even know what it came to because my group was all fucked up like halfway through the day yesterday. None of my message was load, but
sorry about that.
Yeah, there was at least 600 messages that came through.
I know he got something back, so I know he's in the league and back in the gym, so
By the grace of Graham.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that if I were him.
No.
Especially with Carl.
To be fair, I was telling Graham to appease the fantasy gods before you get on their bad side. And I'm glad he chose the right light way.
It's a tough one for him.
And the fact that he came back and acting like a tough guy, like
that's
even they're throwing haymakers at dudes
that
were supporting them and shit. That guy's got a screw loose.
That's the karma for touching children.
That's not even him being a villain, more as just being a fucking cop.
Yeah, it's being a baby. That's just being a baby.
I don't know if he thinks it's. I don't know if he thinks it's funny or if he just. I don't know what it is, but it's not amusing at all.
I think he's being himself, and that's just a baby. Truly. but I do think there are points where he's good for the league, but that was a disgrace what he showed us yesterday.
He was throwing haymakers, getting ready for your much anticipated boxing match.
Dude.
Yeah. Do you want to box?
I would love to bring that back up.
Well, here we are.
Harlan, let's do it.
All right. Well, I think the next question is from Mr. Nicky Nonis.
Yeah, we're gonna roll into a little bit more of a hard hitter.
I feel like this one might trigger me slightly.
Just I've been trying to do that here, but I'm Mr. Fact. So here we go. We look back at the league history. We notice you've won a measly one playoff game in the 5 years of the history that's been shown. You had a couple years of regular season success towards the top, yet we still.
Wait, I had won what?
I said you had a couple years of regular season success.
No, but the first thing I had one playoff win.
You have one playoff win in the last 5 years.
And it was is that including 2018?
Yeah, because I made it to a title.
Yeah, but let's talk about that.
No,
Let's talk about
the
it.
last 5 years of the league history is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So the last 5 years.
I gave Coates all the information for 2018. I have all that saved.
And we're still counting COVID as a year.
We weren't gonna bring up that year because it kind of
No.
it wasn't necessary. We wanted to start with his 1-16 year. I'll restart the question. We looked back at the league history of what is shown on our page. The last 5 years, you have a measly one playoff win. 2 of those years, you had some pretty decent regular season success, yet we still we still called you mediocre, fraudulent, doormat, etc. With Q no longer in the league for perennial last place favorite, what do you have to say to the people and the advanced analytics that show you as a favorite for league bottom dweller?
I'm the favorite?
You're definitely a top favorite.
I mean, it makes sense. I have a history.
You have the history. It's like top or bottom every year. It's always either pretty good regular season.
We talked about this today. It's either top or bottom, really, for me, at least in the regular season. Like,
even the regular season, we knew you were fraudulent.
What's that?
Even those good regular seasons, we knew you were fraudulent.
I mean, we can go back and forth on that all day, but I mean, I take it as just fuel. I don't know that. I don't care, because what's happened in the past has happened in the past. It's a new year.
I wish y'all could see my camera.
I can't see your camera.
Yeah, good. You're going to have to watch it to see.
That's a great blob.
I don't know. I don't give a shit. I mean, it does make sense why I would be at the bottom, or favored to be at the bottom, but I think, given that I had a bad year last year, I think I'm due for a good year this year, given my history.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, I don't really know what the question was, to be honest.
The question was, what do you have to say to the people in advanced statistics that show you as a favorite as league bottom dweller? I think you get the answer. You don't care. Yeah, no,
he doesn't care. Okay. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Guys, he doesn't care. Hold on. So let's just go right into my question. I did not prepare a question. I don't give a fuck about Chuck, if that's even your fucking real name. But I have a question now.
Okay.
How does it feel being the new Alan Orms? You don't care. You had a horrible season, and you are going to have a horrible season this year, and you are going to have a horrible season the following year after that.
So when am I going to have a good one?
As soon as you care.
Okay.
I don't have a question for you.
2020.
For yourself.
I don't have a question for you.
2026.
All right. We're gonna pass it right back to Nick. And we're gonna get that question that we have from the Sneeches.
Year of the Charles, 2026.
Me,
Can't wait.
I'm Charles, not him. I am.
All right, we'll lighten things back up a little bit. Let's see here. Sneak submitted question. Last season was your first as a father of two, and you ultimately finished in 10th place. If you miss the playoffs again, will you consider blaming the kids and potentially putting them up for adoption?
I've already thought about using Joe waking me up at 7 a.m. as a cop-out if it goes bad this year. 100% they are going to be used as a cop-out if it goes bad.
That's awesome.
7 a.m. is pretty late.
For the normal person, it's early.
It's currently 4 a.m. for Austin.
It is currently 4 a.m. I'm about to leave for work. Is that all you got for that one? All the sneeches?
He doesn't care.
I could ask one more if you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Prior to last season, you were added to the Sneeches and promptly removed following your near last place season. How does it feel to be one and done in the Sneeches? And what do you think you need to do to earn your way back in? I assume you also don't care.
But I wouldn't say it's one and done because that was my second go around in the Sneeches. I wouldn't
was the first in the Mild East.
Huh?
Was the first during the Mild East?
I have no clue when it was.
No.
It was.
I was the
It had to have been
last
after
winner
my-
of the Mild East.
It had to have been after my championship appearance. Had to have been.
That would make sense.
So another one and done.
No, I stayed in it for at least 2 years, I think. There.
Even after that
There's no-
0-16?
No way they kept you
No.
in after 1 and 15 years.
I got kicked
Was that
out of the
after that?
Sneeches.
Yeah, that was my first
Oh
year
yeah,
in the
bro,
league.
yeah. Then it was one and done for both. No, but to answer your question, fuck the Sneeches from here on out. I don't
Fuck
want
the
that.
Sneeches. Literally hate the
I get-
Sneeches.
After I
If
win
I
this
even get-
year, after I win this year, I'm not. You guys are gonna try to put me back in. I'm not gonna
Mm-mm.
accept it.
Nope.
And I honestly, to tell you the truth, I had that group on mute since last season. I didn't know I was kicked until probably last month. But
Fuck the Sneeches. Chuck,
Fuck
that's
the
the only thing we
I'm
can
not-
agree on.
I don't
Fuck
want
the
that,
Sneeches.
Probably because you didn't care.
bunch of you know what's in there. I
If you don't care, you don't lose.
Can't say.
This guy.
all
Thank
know
you.
what I'm
I don't have
thinking.
to edit the video.
He's got a bleep button, say it.
No, I do not have a bleep button. I have to go and literally cut.
We're on a
Everyone
tape
in the league
delay.
knows what I'm thinking. That's
Yep.
all that matters.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're on a 10-second delay. It's okay.
All right, Chuck, I'm going to ask you your rankings question. I've been going back and forth with a couple of them, and I decided to go with this one. It's kind of dark a little bit, but, we'll see how it goes. If you were to die today and you had no
Yikes.
one – yeah, I know. That's why I said it's dark. I just want to know who the top 3 people in the league that you would want to take care of your twins, and who are the bottom 3?
Bill, you'd definitely be up there because you met them, and they seem to have taken to you nicely. You are allergic, though, so I don't know.
I didn't break out, though, so
You didn't break out, though, so that's
surprised.
good. Yeah, you'd definitely be up there.
Wait, when did Austin meet them?
Last weekend that we both bailed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that weekend.
Literally 3 days ago.
I'd have to throw Wink in there because he is the only fellow father in the league. And the third,
I don't think he's the only fellow. I think there's a lot of fathers if you're counting.
You can't see my
No,
dog, but he's waving.
real parents, real fathers.
Okay.
so yours is real, but Alan's isn't.
Right.
Okay.
And mine's not either.
Yeah, actually.
Of 12 years.
Nope. Yeah, Billy.
And Michael.
Winky, no.
Yeah,
And I would
I'm getting
say
there.
Who was the third?
I'll say probably Dawson, even though I feel like Dawson gets put in the top 3 of every list possible. Him and Graham are always at the top.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it.
Oh, he's
But he's
Been
also
good.
Joe and Rue, so some comfortability there.
All right, who's the bottom 3 that you wouldn't trust?
Carlin, given.
Yeah.
Nicky, because I've heard him say he doesn't like cats. Even though it's quite literally impossible to not like my cats. But
Except for Joe.
and I'll say
Brock?
probably Brock. Doesn't seem like a cat person, or doesn't seem like he'd enjoy Joe trying to cuddle with him.
Brock might throw the cat down the steps if he loses a bad hand in poker.
He's not father material.
He also seems like a guy that has bad allergies. I don't know why.
Yeah. There's starting to be a trend in these rankings.
I'm glad you did the top 3 and bottom 3, Austin, for this, because the bottom one's always Carlin.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm about to just say exclude him because everyone knows he's going to be in it no matter what.
Add a little asterisk. Carlin cannot be included.
Right.
Well, now that we've got the hypotheticals out of the way here, R.I.P. Chuck. Let's go ahead and hear some of your bold predictions for the year, Mr. Fraud.
I'm supposed to have bold predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Given I'm a favorite to get in last, I mean, I'm going to make the playoffs, make a run, probably win it. That simple.
With those picks, I hope so. Are you going to hold yourself accountable to that right now?
No.
That's so bold of a statement for you to just sit there and not back it up. So clearly Chuck's in his I don't care era, and it's looking like Alan Orm's 2021, 2022.
I think Orm's, you will be near the bottom this year, actually.
How much do you want to bet that I play better than you in the regular season?
You will.
Next year's buy-in?
You might finish last.
Next year's buy-in right now that I finished better than you. Regular season.
Next year's buy-in?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're such a fucking pussy. I literally hate you so much.
I
I think you and I are easily top rivals in this entire league.
Well, we probably hate each other the most, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Carlin and Brock, I don't know.
Literally, biggest shout out ever goes to Parker. Oh my god.
Parker.
Oh my god.
Parker can go to hell.
I'm going to send this directly to Parker. I'm going to send him a link to the video.
He's going to say, oh, I just left Chuck's mom's house. Perfect. I'll watch it on my way to Chuck's mom's house.
And then he's going to come over to your house and put butter all over your cats.
Ain't nobody touching Joe and Rue and putting butter on them.
All right. Well, do you have any other bold predictions for anybody other than yourself, or is that just it? Or do you care?
We've established I do not care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do honestly think you don't do well this year. And
back yourself up.
Yeah, that's about it. Carl's an idiot. I think you won't do as bad as Carl, though. That's fair.
You can't with those picks.
Good God.
I've got a quick question based on what you said, Alan. You're talking about your 21, 22 era that you didn't care. Was that when you drafted 5 busts in a row?
Yeah, I think that was 21. Bellinger had his bust season, and Bauer got suspended or deported, basically. Yu Darvish couldn't use sticky stuff. Bryce Harper got hurt. The only thing that stood out was Xander Bogaerts, but one guy doesn't save your team.
This is my podcast.
Nope.
Well,
all right, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all joining us today. This has been episode number 3 of the Standing Series. And Anybody else have anything to say besides Chuck? Because I don't care about what Chuck has to say.
Go Reds.
Go Reds. Gotta
Go
love
Reds,
those red
baby.
legs. All right, we're out of here, and we'll see you guys next time on the Sunday Funday Podcast.
Do it stay wet? Do it smell fresh? Can I feel your douche through the latex?
God, you fucking suck, Chuck.